There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, here. Oh, you'll hear and see. I don't. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Just letting everybody know that I'm here and that I'm on and that I am trying to function, whatever that is. I'm going to feel like a news reporter this morning. Yep, flu and then sinus infection. It sounds like a perfect Sunday morning to me. I don't know how much sass is going to be into this morning. I'll be lucky if I can stay standing. Good morning, good morning. All right, I'm going to pull the camera back and I'm going to get started right off the gate this morning just because I am not feeling 100%. I'm going to try to project my voice the best I possibly can. So just give me 2 seconds to get the camera where it needs to be and we will get started. I'm going to try. Yeah, we also know that nothing in my world is ever quick. So there's a different view for this morning. I want to just put a disclaimer out there that this is not exactly how I wanted it set up. One, it's in my shop. It's not exactly how I'd set it up for a vendor fair. I did the best I possibly could. And two, it took me about 2 hours to get enough energy to get this to where it is, but I have lots to talk about. I'm going to do the best I possibly can and give you still a hell of a good sass with the way I feel. So I do apologize. Right now for the way I look, the way I feel. I tried to even gussy up this girl so that I even got my glasses on this morning, if that tells you how I feel. So, good morning. I feel like a news reporter this morning. I have my tablet. We get to talk about fun things. I'm going to try to do the best I can to protect my voice. I got to see what I look like in this thing first because there's such a delay. Just so you guys know how much of a delay there is on my end. I'm going to try not to do that the entire sass because that's annoying and obnoxious. So there we go. Oh, I have neti potted. I have done it all. It doesn't matter. I have done it absolutely all. For what I've tried to get rid of this gunk I've got going on. So, first of all, good morning. This is April 7th, 2019. This is the Baby Sass. I'm going to talk about everything that we can do. I set it up like a vendor table just so you guys could see just a rough idea. We're going to talk about displays for when you're doing your baby stuff that you can offer, things outside the box. I'm going to do the best I possibly can. If you can't hear me, turn up the volume because you know what? This is about as good as this volume's going to get. Because I can't even hear. Thank God I don't have to listen to anybody because I can't even hear you if I did. So, I do apologize. There's probably the only sass in that. Good morning. Let me first give my morning shout outs. Good morning to Kim and Cheyenne and Billy and Tanya and Jesse and Tammy and Shelly and Beck and Angela and Amira and Terry and Sherry and Evelyn, Judy, Patricia, Grizz. If I forgot anybody, Ann, Jody, I am so sorry. I'm sorry if you can't hear anything. It's just me. Can you guys hear me? I'll wait 2 seconds for let the camera catch up. Good morning, Debbie. Can you guys hear me a little is the question. Yes? No? I just want to make sure it's not my camera. Billy, can I hear me? Okay, good. Somebody heard me. Okay, good. Okay. Let's, whoops, I'm going to break the display as it is. Let's get this off of here, because I want to talk about this more. Don't mind the phone stand. Although this would be a great mother's gift, for somebody. Just going to tell you. Okay. So when you're setting up, I'm going to put this down because I've got to use both arms and this is going to go flying. So when you're setting up for a display, there's a couple of different things when you're setting up for a display. You want visual interest. You want it to guide your eye all the way up to your highest point. Now, I literally made this, what I call out of the adult Lincoln Logs or Legos, and these are made out of PVC piping. All of this whole thing. There's a reason for that. Now, I left it in the raw, as they call it, just because mine, I would totally spray paint out, just so you don't see it. It kind of falls to the background. For me, because my work colors are teal and gray, I would probably have painted that as dark steel gray or even a black, just so that it blends in with my backdrop. I used regular old curtains. Why? Because they're easy. I can throw them in the machine, in the wash, and it makes life wonderful. There's a reason I picked those style curtains, okay? These style curtains I picked because I can take these. These are your shower hooks. And the reason being is because then I can hit, and these will now lay flat. And they look really nice, and then it gives me a spot in between each one to hang items. So that's another trick that you can do. Paper, or not paper clips, but paper clips and clothespins are a great also pinch back for when you want to pinch things back behind something. So there's that. This whole thing right here is also made out of PVC pipe. Okay, so there's a back spot here for me to hang my blanket. And then I put this here. Now, I do have a smaller bar. I'm going to show you a very quick tutorial on how to make baby hangers on the cheap, on the fly. Yes, you can go buy kids hangers for $1 for a pack at Walmart. But if you want a more rustic country look, you just take a popsicle stick and some twine, create a loop at the top, and you are golden. And then if they break or go away or whatever, you're none the wiser. The nice part about displays is you want to create visual interest. It doesn't matter what you have on your table, you just want to create the visual interest. So we took some boxes, we took, there's a bucket in the back, we put that there, all right? I always add some flowers to the mix. Why? Because it just makes it just a little bit more inviting, a little bit more homey. This is a sheet, this is your typical bed sheet. And you know why? Again, because I can throw it in the laundry. I actually have a white twin polyester sheet, the microfiber ones, that I'm putting my logo on, and I'm going to put it in the corner so that when this drapes over, my logo will end up right here, my new logo. So I just didn't have the energy or the time to get that logo put on there. But that's okay. So why did I call this the Baby Sass? Well, because as everybody knows, there's tons of baby stuff that we have to offer through Halebound and through Coney Island that you can sell, and how you can make it and what are some of the things that you can use. So let's get started. I'm going to work from this part of the table all the way over. I'm going to tell you where it came from, what it is, what we can do. I'm also going to pick up the tablet so I can answer any questions the best that I can. How we're going to market those things, how you can start off small, the whole 9 yards. So I'm going to do the best I possibly can and breathe somewhere in between there. Okay. So, I apologize. All right, so first things first. This is a tote from Hellbound. Okay, so this isn't just, you can use it as a diaper bag, but this is a great for a mom to be. You can stuff that when you're doing bridal shower, or I'm sorry, baby shower gifts. You can stuff it with a blanket and a onesie. That could be your gift bag. Monogram it for the mom to be. That's a great gift idea. All right, in here, okay, there's only 2 items on this whole table that I can tell you that are really not from Hellbound or from Coney Island. But this, oh, my daughter put duckies everywhere. So a great gift idea are sonogram ornaments or baby's first Christmas. Those are great sellers. It doesn't matter the time of year. Remember, baby items are never gonna die. It's not a trend. It's gonna be around forever. So you can never go wrong with a baby item. Okay, you also have her car seat covers. Okay, the car seat covers are also a great shower gift. You market these with anything really. I mean, just to let them know that there's a baby on board, and it moves into their toddler. So this isn't just a baby item. This moves into toddler. Great if their kids have medical problems, or just in general who can't talk. And if mom and dad are incapacitated, this is a great idea. These are from Condi. These are a great like journal for baby's first journal. So that's a great gift idea. Yes, thank you, Todd. Bridal shower gift is a good idea too. So then I have in here, so these are those boxes that you can get from, it's Walmart, and it's the Better Home and Gardens boxes. You can only use the Better Home and Garden at Walmart. If you use the mainstay will melt. Okay, so they're not a mainstay. They're going to melt. So there's that. I filled mine with blank baby. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. On my table you will see I have a pile of bibs and I put one on top. And I have a pile of burp cloths and I put one on top. Here's the thing that I'm going to tell you about stand stuff. They're touchable, okay? But when you're doing a craft fair, here's my thought. Put out samples that you don't mind people getting their grimy little hands all over. I say that in the sweetest way possible. Here's why, okay? If you put out all of them just like this, you're going to end up with people literally pawing through them. It doesn't matter that these are white. It's because they're so soft. People don't have the cleanest hands in the world. They're now going to put their hands all over your product. But what you can do is put these all nice and neatly in a bag. All right. You can put samples up. You can even make and I'm going to do a tutorial on how I'm making a tree that you can actually slide these on so that you can have them in the bag, in the ready. But in the front of that bag, you're going to put a sample. Put your sample on the front because that's what people are going to touch and feel. You really don't want people touching all over all of your product because it's going to get dirty. All right? You take pride in your product, okay? So if you do a sample, like what I did here, these are all samples. So that if you have a sample of something, people are going to come up and they're going to feel that. Then they'll get to know what your product is like. But everything underneath is completely covered, sealed in a bag, looks professional. You want it to look professional. You can leave all of your stuff on the table and you can leave it there and as samples, and then in the back have like a card catalog kind of thing, and you can go, okay, you know, whatever happens to be, but only carry what you have samples of, okay? This way it makes it a lot easier and it keeps your table clean, it keeps your product clean. These are white, these are soft, these are gorgeous, these are luxury, and luxurious, I guess is the better word. You don't want people's, you know, the sweat, carrying bags, whatever, touching all over your product. Oh. So I hope that makes sense. So when you're putting stuff out, make sure that it's samples of what you want, all right? And then this way people can touch and feel. So for this, just for visual interest, and this is a great thing too, just for visual interest, you can fill stuff, all right? people then can see and whatnot what your product is, okay? And that's why you do what you gotta do. So this is, as everybody knows, I've been working on Gemma Lynn's project. With every Sass, I have done something for her project that I've been doing. So in her project, we have the bib and burp cloth, all right? We now have her gown and her hooded towel. We also now have her lovey, and I still have to finish her blanket, but again, no energy to do anything. We have the onesies that I've done. These are all from Stan, by the way. He offers the largest line of baby products that you could possibly have, and he even has stuff that's not even here yet, and that is the moving from baby to toddler, and that's his hooded cape towels. He has regular big towels, and he also has swaddle blankets. Besides the onesies and everything else, he has the largest baby line that's out there, and it's quality. So, and I'm a quality snob, so there we go. In Amy's line, what better way to give to that mom to be is by her first jewelry, whether it could be the sonogram, whether it be mom, you know, happy Mother's Day, whatever it may be, whatever you want to put the baby's picture, give her a couple different options in the snap jewelry category. I will show you once I'm feeling better how I put this on cardstock, and I have my buttons that I add to it so that she can interchange it out and have something fun and cool to wear. So any of the snap jewelry comes from Halebound. She has a great line. Please, by all means, that's a great Mother's Day gift, and that's a great first Mother's Day gift too for that mom to be. She also has frames, because what mom doesn't love displaying her child in absolutely every form, whether it's on a mug, whether it's on a blanket, it doesn't matter. And maybe she just wants to interchange the different pictures out. She's got two different style frames. She's got this one, which I think is considered the Savannah. And then she has another one, which is your typical square, and that you can put a saying on one side and you can put a picture on the other. But this is one that I had finished, obviously from a past Sass, so it doesn't exactly match the baby theme, but it's still pretty nonetheless. So, Amy also sells the Mama Bear. This is also a great first Mother's Day, and this is where they can also add. So by all means, if she's a first-time mom, leave the holes at the bottom so you can add future baby bears to the mix. But maybe she's done having babies and she wanted, then you would leave the solid one. This is also great from grandmas too. It's not just for moms. So there's that. And decorate it as such. It's a great wall hanging. You could put your child's picture on it. You could do exactly what I did there, and I just did names. You do it to match whatever the decor is. So that's a really fun, cool idea. Just something a little bit different. Don't forget family boards too for Mother's Day, but that's more in the grandma probably category. But moms like family boards too. So we have that. Also, when you're thinking about stuff, think of also in Christmas. I talked about ornaments. Well, maybe you have baby's first stocking. We talked about that back in December. Hold. I gotta breathe at some point. We talked about baby's first Christmas. So those are a great stocking idea. Those are the ones that you can sublimate and make your own stocking. Those are a huge hit at Christmas time for all of those. And even so, even if it's for a shower gift, what you can do is stuff that and use that as your gift bag and put some really cool goodies in there, whether it's all the little tchotchke stuff that you need, like the nail clippers and all of that stuff. That's a great thing to stuff inside that little stocking for baby's first Christmas. So that's also a great shower gift idea. So make the stockings. Stockings aren't just a Christmas thing. Do them year round so that they can use them for baby's first Christmas. I have my stool, my timeout stool that I did do, because eventually baby will grow up and baby will become a toddler and you will be pulling your hair out. So those are a great idea. I got those from 5 and Below. Yes, as I showed in the last Sass, I did put them right into my heat press, and it was really just kind of cool. You can monogram them. I put a fun saying on it. There's there. Again, we're back to the whole touchy-feel, because we are a touchy-feely society, unfortunately, and people want to pet them. Okay, just like I'm doing. People want to come and pet them. So there is a stack of these. It looks like there's a lot there, but in reality, there's only one that's printed. And I did that just for visual interest. How I would set it up for me is I would have samplings. So again, because I do a lot of stuff with PVC pipe, it's like my own adult Lincoln Logs and Legos. This way I can pull it apart at the end of a show and put it all back together and put it into a box or a bucket. All right, so I have about 1 trillion of these pieces that I have. They'll be all spray painted out so that I can sit there, put them all together, and now I've made a really cool set. I can sit there, I'm gonna make a tower, I'm gonna make a shirt stand, whatever the case may be. This is an amazing product because you can take it all apart, and the nice part is for someone like me, it's not heavy. There's nothing heavy about it. I can handle it myself. I don't need 47 arms, and I don't need to be a Green Bay Packer in order to carry it all. So that's a huge thing. These are great because they take a beating, and you can change it into something new depending on the new space you're in. Just keep that in mind. Our spaces are going to change no matter where we are, what we're doing, and you might be able to only have just a tablescape, or you might be able to come what they call in the round. Remember, we talked about bringing them in and inviting them into your space. So you want them to lure back. Just like I'm luring your back as a visual, I want you to be lured back too, to come in and see my space. If you notice, my daughter, I'm going to use this as a pointer today. My daughter brought in one of her stuffed animals. Why? Because it's fun, and it says baby, and it says cute. So you want to go get those things. I went and got some just visual interest. Why? Because it's colorful and it brings your eye up. I put the 2 onesies up there again so that it gives you guys a starting point. If you notice, I don't put anything on the floor. And the reason is because, one, little kids are more apt to grab and run. Not being mean or malicious by any stretch, but it's on the floor. That's where people are walking, okay? So I never put anything on the floor, ever. Okay, I love my products so much that I don't want people to destroy it. I will put a chair, and I'll put a pillow on a chair, throw a blanket over the back, and I'll do that, but it will never end up on the floor. Even when I do my Christmas tree stuff, I still don't put anything on the floor. So I change it out depending on, think of theme, think of idea, think about what you're doing, where you're going, what kind of vendor show are you at, and who you're going to cater to. So for me, I would be catering to babies, obviously, and little kids. You switch it out, and you change your Lincoln Logs, and all of a sudden now you have a bridal. So it's all just about, but I would still keep this and this, but I would change out these and whatnot. So let me look and see what you guys are all talking about, because I can't possibly multitask apparently today. What product do I need to sub on cotton? You can't sub on cotton. Flat out. You really just can't sub on cotton unless you're going to use some sort of ink project type transfer, but you don't. You just don't. Sublimation is made for polyester, and the higher polyester count, the better your sub will come. These are all polyester, okay? These are a polyester. Stan gets these onesies in, so that's a polyester. This is from Kids Blanks. This is the gown, and I'll show it to you. So for right now, because my thing was too long, here's something funny. So I had put a PVC pipe in here, and it was too long, and my husband had already gone to bed, and I needed 2 people to hold. I need somebody to hold it and for me to use my tool. Well, I just went and got a popsicle stick, because you know what? I was exhausted. Took me 2 hours just to get this far. So this is 100% polyester. This is the gowns. You get these from Baby Sass. I know Stan's working on trying to get these for us as well, but these are, you need to have 100% polyester. The lower the polyester count, the more faded or more vintage your item's going to look. So there's that. There we go. How do you have your box jack stand, and how is it supported? Is that a large PVC stand? Yes, it is. So let me, so I have it here, if you can see. So it's literally, it's a bracket, but in between, to have some support, if we come in through here, we'll go this way. I don't know if you guys can see because I don't want to pull it all apart. There's a crossbar in between here. So what I did was I took and I made so that there's 2 bars that come down, and then I put a bar in between. And the reason for because these are all the same size, I can interchange them. It gives it stability in the center, but also if I make it look like a ladder in the center, I could have displayed a whole bunch of blankets right here in the center too. Another visual interest. Put curtains on either side. So right behind here, believe it or not, is a PVC ladder that I made, and the PVC ladder literally would hold a lot of blankets that are done that you can sell. Now, let's keep this in mind too. When you're doing a vendor show, it's really hard to do personalization when it comes to sublimation. All right, that is a custom thing. So if your person, whoever comes in and wants to have their item have something like this, personalized, okay, here's what I offer, and it's only for those who literally shop. Sorry, can't hear me when my back's to you. When people are doing personalization on site, that's a little bit harder. You're going to have too many transfers with all the letters on them. So what I tend to do is take the order, and I offer free shipping if you're ordering it on site at a vendor show. I always offer free shipping because you know what? You can up your prices at a vendor show. That's completely up to you. You can lower them, do whatever you want. I'm not gonna get on the whole pricing war with you. But what I do for my vendor shows is I offer free shipping because none of these are really too heavy, and that way it gets them in. It gets them to your store. So I might add $1 or $2, maybe even $3, just to cover the shipping cost. It depends on what it is, you know, and that kind of thing. Obviously, if it's a heavier item, you could put does not ship free, whatever. That's up to you, how you work it. But for personalization, I always take orders for those. There are always what they call cash and carry. All right, so like this would be a cash and carry type item because it doesn't need any personalization. So always have a bunch of, you know, cash and carry type items that don't require personalization. Anything that is personalized, always take the custom order and then ship it to them, and they're usually happy campers. One, they're not lugging it around this craft sale fair. Yeah, I'm trying. You have no idea. I am sweating so bad right now. I am so hot. So those are just some of the things that you can do. Is always take custom after. That would be what I would do. Give me 2 seconds. So here, I will pull apart. Give me 1 second. Now I'm going to show you the bones. So everyone wants to see what this stand looks like. So I'll show you what it originally looked like. I apologize. All right. Let's hold on. Let me get these in. Okay, so this is why, because it was too long. Okay, so when I put my baby onesie on it, her arms are out like this. Okay, so I didn't want that. So now we're gonna peel away the layers. Okay, we're gonna pretty much destroy my display is what you're asking me to do. Okay, so just gonna get it all out of the way. So here it starts developing what you're about to see. Ready? Now, we'll pull this out. And here it is. So I could set this up as a 2-sided display. I could set this up to where this was a t-shirt and this was a t-shirt, so now it's a 4-sided display. Little t-shirts here, big t-shirts here. It really didn't matter. I wanted it for a blanket. I just happened to leave this on just for you guys so I could show you what my thought process was. You just make a square and there you go. You will see how I will transform this into something different on a later sass. I'm not going to do it right now. And it will be how I'm going to display my flags. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do a flag display. You can make these into also just regular rack displays. So there's a lot of versatility to these, okay? So again, you could take this off put this type of T-square up on top, and now you've got a shirt, big shirt going this way, or a big shirt going this way. This can sit literally, I know it's hard for you guys to see, but you sit on the floor, but you can make it tall enough. You can make it so it's this tall and you have a large t-shirt rack. However you may, and then you can actually hang onesies and t-shirts and whatnot. So let PVC be your guide, okay? And here's the thing, people are going to tell you right now that, oh, PVC is so expensive. Let me explain something to you in about a 2-second nutshell, okay? I'm going to pay the whatever dollar it is for the PVC pieces. Because if I went and bought like a metal rack or any of the different racks, that's pretty much all it is that. There's nothing more to it. I can't make it into something else. But with PVC pipe, I can make it into something else. Maybe my needs change. Now I have all of this big, huge type storage that means nothing to me. Maybe you want to put up lattice work. Make yourself a frame. Attach the lattice work with zip ties. Now you've got screens. Okay, you can make your own screens with them. They're a great idea. All right, so let PVC, honestly, it is the lightest thing you will ever have. Put this all back up. 1 second. Okay, and then you sit and you do what you got to do, right? So this is how you get away with having multiple pieces of furniture when you're doing your stuff. And I'm just going to lay her right on here because my energy is just dropped. So that's how you can totally make it completely different. All right, you change it up and you do it. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to make a stand for flags and for display racks when this hot mess is feeling a lot better. And I can probably talk louder and breathe. Yes, it's 1/2-inch PVC pipe. And here is my tool of trade, yeah, whatever. Tool of choice. So what my husband does is he holds both sides of it, and you literally put this in. Okay, for those of you who have never seen this crazy contraption, you put it in nice and tight, okay? This is why this is hard to one-handed. This is why I always use two people, okay? So you put this in here, and you tighten it. Okay, there's a blade. I'm gonna just tighten it so you know. Okay, so you tighten this. You bring it all the way around. Okay, I'm gonna try to. I guess one-handed right now. All right, and you just whoops, a little too tight because now I can't turn it. Okay, and then you turn it, and then you tighten it, and then you turn it, and eventually what it does is starts creating this score mark right here, and it cuts it. So that's what this little contraption does. And it's really, I mean, yes, you can use a saw by all means. I don't care what you use. This is just happens to be the tool of choice that I use. So there you go. This is a brass craft. You can buy them at any hardware store that sells PVC pipe. So there you go. What are shower curtains? Yeah, these are the shower curtain hangers. Actually, those aren't shower curtains. This is actually house curtains, and the house curtains that I picked were the 63-inch. I never go any longer than that unless I'm not going to have a table in front of it. But the 63-inch hit just below my table. So I don't want the 84. The 84 is just a little bit too low for, you know, it puddles on the ground. I don't want people stepping on it. I mean, if I was going to be a huge screen right here, yes, I'd go get the 84. You can use shower curtains. Somebody did say there are shower curtains. You can use a shower curtain. Why? Because it's nice and wide. Just get yourself a dark color. These are shower curtain hooks. That's what these are. I love them because they sit really nice on the 1/2-inch PVC pipe. And then you can hang all of your stuff, and it looks really nice, really decorative, really cleaned up. Again, I left my PVC in the raw just so that you guys could see that's what it is. I would spray paint it out either a dark slate gray, because that's what matches my colors, or a dark black. So that would be what I would do. Add a couple coats and call it a day. But I would do all of my pieces, and separated, by the way. You want to do all your pieces separated. You are going to want to spray paint, or I'm sorry, sand down where they connect a little bit, you know, just because the paint can add another layer, so it's hard to get them together. Keep that in mind. So that is all of that. You can obviously put twine up and put twine, and you can use, if you want a more rustic look, then you can use these. It really just depends on the look you want for your space. Here we go. Sorry, lost the tablet. Thank you. I love my hanging onesies too. Is the curtain in the back freestanding? It is. So, see? Yep. It's basically on a big, huge arch that I made. It's got feet on the bottom, so it's stable. It does have a centerpiece because it is such a wide span between. You don't want it just one solid pole, because especially if you're going to be like me, you're going to hang stuff off of it. You really want a support beam in the center, so that's in the center, so it gives it a little bit more stability. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. You guys are going to make me take down this damn display. Okay, so slide this up just a touch, and there, in here, and you just, I'll move out of the way in 2 seconds, is the center of the back. Now, you can have it to where, if you notice, I put this, okay? Because these are all the same size. All of these pieces, they come that way. I did not cut a damn one. There's a whole rack of them already cut, so I didn't have to think about it. So, they're 1.5 inches by 2 feet long. So anyway, so this is here. If I put another one of these bar things right here, it now creates a ladder. When you create the ladder, okay, watch how all of a sudden I'm going to change the visual of the center part of my thing. Now, you can display blankets here and keep layering them, but put the blankets so that it hides in the back, okay? This is your first one. The next one would lay in behind it. All right, so now you've created a quilt rack, so to speak. And now you've got all these wonderful displays. You could put your baby bibs there. That looks like a waterfall. It could be your onesies, whatever you decide. I mean, it's a great, great alternative. Put curtains on either side, and now you've got a visually interesting display that literally you just put together, and you take it apart when the day is done, and you can put it in a 5-gallon bucket, and there you go. There's your whole display in a 5-gallon bucket. Your one saving space in your garage, in your home. It's lightweight for you to be able to carry, and you made a visually interesting display. So that is how that works. So there, I pulled my display apart just for you people. Does it have sidebars? No. Can we talk about what they may contain? Wait a minute. Do you have any baby gift boxes? Okay. Well, for baby gift boxes, it can be really just run the gamut. For instance, I'm not putting this display back together. I'm sorry, people. You can, a nice display box are these. One, they get the box. Two, then you fill it with the goodies that you're going to put inside it. You can go to, another gift idea is you go to online bakery type places, and you get the bakery boxes, and you get the large, I don't even know if I have them anymore. I know I did this in one size. Hold on. So I took baby bowls, and I wrapped onesies inside this, okay? I apologize, I'm still not feeling good. Okay. And I am trying really hard to give you guys a good sass. Okay? The best I possibly can. He's currently running a fever, I can feel it. Okay. So. You take a bakery box, all right? You take onesies, you take blankets, whatever the case may be, put in the center, make it look, this is so haphazard and I'm sorry, but you make it look like a cupcake, and you put 4 of them in there, and now they've got cupcakes, and you put that in a bakery box. That's another one. And you have the one with the cellophane on the top so that you can actually see what it looks like. I made the baby cake. I did that out of towels. You could do it out of a blanket. You could do it out of however or whatever you so choose. So you can do those with those. That's another cute gift idea. It's really just thinking outside the box. Let Pinterest to be your guide. Okay, so get on Pinterest and type in this, PVC craft displays, and you will come up with 1,001 that people have already done. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm not thinking outside the box. I just let Google and Pinterest be my guide. The same holds true for baby gift displays. You can come up with a bunch of different ones. Granted, we're into sublimation, but the thought process is still there. Okay, the thought process of how to do a baby gift idea, it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as we get to the end product, and different gift display ideas. So just let Pinterest be your guide. That's been a huge help for a lot of stuff. I know for me, for this week, being brain fog, that's exactly what I picked. Oh, my ribs hurt. They hurt so bad. Whoops. Any thoughts on how to make an area look less industrial when printing? Yes. So a nice part is, if you want to make it look less industrial, what you can do is do exactly what I did here and create almost like picture frames. Okay, so put your stuff behind it. Use lots of type of skirting on tables. That's how you're going to more feminine it up. Soften it is actually a term. You want to soften those hard lines of an industrial look. So if you've got a heat press and you have it on a stand, maybe you don't want all the workings for everybody to see, and you put a skirt on it. Elastic, Velcro work wonders. Sheets are a very inexpensive option. You know, don't reinvent the wheel. It's already got all the hems and seams on it. Why beat yourself up? Shower curtains are another great thing. Regular curtains, kitchen curtains, whatever the case may be. That's how you soften a space, okay, from a more industrial look. You, again, if you want to hide your workings but still see people, what you could do is make this display. But you see how this is open here? I would go find a picture frame, or have, you know, build a picture frame out of my PVC piping, put some twine, make it look pretty, and this would be a picture frame, and then I can see out, but all along the bottom would be curtain. So they don't see the inner workings of what I'm doing, but I can see out and I can still talk to my clients and my customers. All right, that's one thought, but that only works if you have somebody else with you at your table, because you want them out here while you're back there. If you're one person and you're doing this, I never recommend that. I always recommend that you take, ooh, sorry, if I sneeze, I'm sorry. You always take somebody with you, okay? So you can even have it be 3 window frames so that you can see out and see and be a part and hear and talk to your people. But I always recommend that you always take somebody with you, somebody who's gonna be out here, somebody who's gonna be helping sell your product, talk about your product, who knows your product, which means you're gonna have to teach somebody. Teach them about it. be an earshot so that they can answer questions and you can answer back. Never do these alone. I know that doesn't seem like it's always an option, but you really should never do these alone. This is what I dragged my kids to, and this is why my mom dragged me when I was younger. Because why? Because one, taught me how to approach people, and two, it taught me about her product. So there was lots of teaching involved. So you know what? Make it a family affair. So that's how you can do that, but just soften your lines up by putting fabric, and that's how you get lots of skirting. Make it just look a little bit less industrial is how you can do that. I mean, unless you're going to bling out your heat press, which you totally can do. I'm not going to, not going to judge that part of it. To me, it's a huge waste of time. But that's how you're going to do that. What are the notebooks that you have there? Let's see. I like the window too. I set most of my equipment up behind a comment. I'm just reading everybody's comments. So if you're going to be by yourself, Karen says she's always by herself, then you never want your equipment behind the curtain. Because here's the thing, you want to be out with your people. Okay? You want to be out with your people. So if you're add the skirting to your stuff. That would be the way I would do it, is just add your skirting. Soften up your feminine lines, and then this way, or your hard lines, soften up your hard lines. And then this way, you're still out there. I do not encourage that if there's only just you. And I also don't encourage that too if you're going to be sitting there trying to press and check people out and. So I never try to encourage people to do the press thing by themselves while they're at a craft fair. It makes it for a very long, hard day. Good morning, Jennifer, and happy anniversary. Everybody, please take a brief moment to wish Jen and Stan a happy 24 years of wedded bliss. And the fact that she's watching this morning is a huge compliment because it is her anniversary. So, wish them happy many years of Jen putting up with Stan. Yeah, if you're going to do a pressing spot, call it something, I would put here. And now keep in mind though too, you're going to have kids walking in and out of your space. So make sure the parents know these heat presses run at, 400 degrees. So if you notice, like mine's sitting right here right now, that would be a good off the spot space. And if you need to, you can even go get one of those cute little garden fences and put the garden fence so that it kind of blocks children from launching. Why? Because just like everything else, they're like moths to a flame. They feel the heat, want to go over to it. So I'm trying. Let's see. So I think that's it in there in a nutshell. When you're doing baby stuff, so then people ask me, how do you sell your sets? Well, I sell a set like this. I always have a base. Okay, so what's your base? There's where I start. It's either a onesie or a bodysuit, sorry. Whatever. Can't be bothered by copyright please today. Okay, so maybe you're just selling a onesie. All right, or maybe you're selling this as a set. Okay. Now you can sell them separately, but always look for the upsell, okay? Upsell. I can't stress that enough. So now you have, let's say you're selling just the bib. Well, then you go, I can make the matching burp cloth, and then I can make the matching onesie, and you see how this all starts to layer onto itself? You have to decide what your baseline is. For me, it's a onesie, and I always sell these as a set, just because parents love them as sets. Because they're really cute and pretty and whatnot. So I always sell them as a set, just like with Amy's jewelry. I always, when I do, and I say always, when I would sell them with different types of charms before snap jewelry, before I got into the whole snap jewelry, I used to have just regular charms that I could sublimate on. And I would sell this, it would come just as this, and then if they wanted to add, they could add more charms to it, and I could add more charms. For me, for this, because it is an interchangeable thing, I'm now going to start selling these with not just one snap, but an additional one, so that it gets their idea going, that they can play, they can interchange it out. Now they're going to want more. So then you upsell to more creative charms, whether it's seasons, holidays, whatever the case may be. You're not changing out the bracelet, you're just changing out the snap. And that's your tagline. You're not changing out the bracelet, you're just changing out the snap. Okay? Sure, you can upsell the different types and styles of bracelets, but you get them in by getting just the bracelet first, and then you build on their collection from there. So always upsell something, decide what your baseline is, and then build your bundle around that. So for me, what is a bundle? What is a mega bundle? So I start out with a onesie and or a burp and bib are set. So there's the two that start it. And then they usually want to have the matching set. Well, what is my mega set? My mega set is this. So it's the bib, burp cloth, the blanket. It's a onesie. It's the hooded towel, which is here somewhere. I don't know where my hooded towel went. The hooded towel. Ugh. It's a hooded towel. It's a lovey. It's a swaddle blanket. It's literally everything in the Coney Island arsenal. Okay, so you have a bib, burp cloth, onesie, blanket, lovey, towel, swaddle blanket. You can throw the hat in there, or a bow, whichever you may want to do. But literally, like I said, it's everything in the arsenal for baby, and that's the mega bundle. And what can you get for that? That's up to you. I won't dictate price. So you have to figure out your cost, what you're worth, what you want to sell it for, what you're comfortable feeling to sell it for. And that's what you say, I have this, it starts at this dollar amount with this item, but if you add items on, blah, blah, blah type of thing. So keep that in mind. Always try to, encourage when you're doing samples, always have a sample out. Get somebody's sonogram picture, get somebody's, and then do a sonogram here, and then do a first birthday here. And then this is a great keepsake. These come from Hailbound. And I love these ones just because there is that snow globe type effect. You could put some really cool confetti in here, so that it has the baby confetti. It could be, the boy and girl confetti on one side, and then it could have really cool birthday one on the other. This way, however you may do it, it's up to you. So keep that part in mind. Somebody asked me about these. These came from, like I said, from Condi. They are a velvet type book that you can make into a baby's first journal. There's also the teddy bears from Johnson Plastics, which I didn't get those out. They have the cute little shirts that's, great for maybe even a big sister, especially, or a big brother. When baby comes, they always seem to feel left out, so they can get a little teddy bear for them, or maybe that's baby's first teddy bear, whichever the case may be. They come with a cute little sublimation type shirt. But for majority of everything on this table, it has come from Hailbound or myself. Like I said, this is one that I did on a past Sass. You make this into a first birthday, or first Christmas, and you make it and you sublimate it, fill it up. It's a great shower gift. So let me see if there's any questions, and then we'll go from there. I purchased a space just for workspace. That's a good idea. All right, any good questions? Anybody? I'm sorry, this is not the Sass that I wanted it to be completely honest with you. This is not even remotely what I wanted, so I do apologize. Some things to keep in mind that are also great add-ons for different things, are all things baby, are the birth announcements on a garden flag. I did forget to do my garden flag. Or even the message boards. I know that Margot has the message style boards that talk about feedings and changings and different things for baby. You've got Ashley, who has the the baby safe little car tag type things that can go on their seats that talk about, keeping me away from babies, because I don't need to get those little ones sick. You know what? Because babies are still so brand new. We don't want to get our babies sick, so that she has those. Just look at any of the designers over in our graphics group. They definitely have some really cool baby ideas. I'm sorry, I have been MIA pretty much all week. I did everything I could to be here today. So with that said, this is the shortest sass in the entire world of shortest sasses. I do apologize, but this mama does not feel good, and I probably am going to go back to bed. So I wish you guys many blessings. I wish this was a bigger sass than what it was intended to be, than what it actually is. And I do apologize, but this is kicking my butt. So I wish you guys a happy Sunday. Next Sunday, I'm praying to God I feel better, that I will be able to retouch upon all this. It'll be the last Mother's Day sass. Talking all things Mother's Day will be next Sunday. The following Sunday is Easter. We will not be live for Easter. Obviously, it's the holiday. The following one, we get into graduation and Father's Day, and what you guys can do, more Father's Day than more graduation. But so there you go. I do apologize for the absolute shortest sass in the entire university of shortest sasses. So until then, I'm going to go snuggle in my bed. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.